Hello, my health freedom loving friends. Misty Karlfeld here with Health Freedom Idaho, and I am here with the lovely Dr. Ann Hike. She is an amazing advocate for her patients, and I just really appreciate who you have been in our community. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thanks, Misty.
So let's tell people a little bit about the science or the lack thereof when it comes to 4G and 5G. What would you like to tell people?
Well, for those of you that don't know me, I'm a family practice doctor and I'm interested in integrative medicine. I had several of my patients come to me that have been harmed by this radiation sickness or cell phone towers and cell phones. And it's very much a cause and effect type issue with the people being exposed to a cell phone or cell phone towers and becoming sick. So I helped write some letters for these people, but it opened me up to this whole issue of becoming sick from this type of technology. 4G has been in effect since for about 10 years now. And in that 10 years, they've been gathering data on humans. And what they've discovered is there's an increase in neurologic problems like Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, MS. There's been an increase in autism, ADD, ADHD, hyperactivity, depression, insomnia, anxiety. There's also decreased fertility with both decreased sperm count and motility and increase in abortions, spontaneous abortions, which are called miscarriages.
Dr. Hike, I know people that are suffering from all of those things.
There's also cardiac problems. These are symptoms I did not see that much 30 years ago, like the number of people coming in saying I have anxiety and palpitations. It's just almost every patient, every adult patient.
Wow.
There's also an increase in cancer risk. So that takes us to the National Toxicology Program. The United States government has a $30 million rodent study that's taken place over 10 years, and it has shown an increase in schwannomas in the heart and brain tumors. And when this information came out first in 2016 and further data in 2018, the US government says that this doesn't have anything to do with humans. Well, of course, the reason that we do rodent studies is so that we don't have to subject humans to this type of research. So we have good evidence that 4G is harmful. So what are we going to do? We're going to take 5G and roll it out without any big human testing. A lot of the testing that has taken place previously was in very specific groups. For example, that would be sailors on an aircraft carrier, or it would be embassy members in China or Russia that were exposed to millimeter wave therapy. And so they came up with radiation sickness, which is caused by this, which includes anxiety, insomnia, depression, fatigue, malaise. There's been further research showing that this millimeter wave penetrates into the skin, and for certain people, it may cause skin burning all the time if they have a 5G relay station outside of their house, which, the stations are going to be set up every 3 to 10 houses. They're estimating. So we have this unknown that's going to be rolled out without any safety testing. And when you talk to the leading cell phone carriers, they say that there's no evidence of any harm being caused by 5G. Well, that's because there's no research.
Wow.
So
I just want to recap for people, if I understand, and I hope you can understand. So the National Toxicology Program, which was $30 million, it was funded 19 years ago, but it took over 10 years to complete. And it showed with the rodents that they were getting cancer, they were getting changes to their DNA. And
yes.
So because it wasn't people, and they didn't do one with people, they're saying that it doesn't cause harm.
Well, they're saying it's not relevant. But that's why we do animal studies.
That's insane. That's insane. So do you understand that something is going to be implemented that we know caused severe damage to rodents over a 10-year study, and it was a triple peer-reviewed study, and it was reproduced in Italy? Like, that's a good, solid study. So we know that it affected those rodents, but because they have not done any testing on people, they're just not listening to it. They're not using it. They're not
That's
referring
correct.
to it. That's just insane.
And that's why there are hundreds of doctors that are calling for a moratorium on 5G until we can do the research.
And what is the name of that group?
I can't.
Physicians for Safe Technology. Isn't that right?
Okay.
Physicians for Safe Technology, because we have Idahoans for Safe Technology, and I really liked that it used the wording as Physicians for Safe Technology. I would suggest you check it out, because I looked through their website and their Facebook page and was shocked. Doctors are really standing up and saying there's not enough study on this.
But the doctors aren't enough. And I think that we have to prove that we mean business as a large collective and population, and put our money where our mouth is. They are not listening to logic at this point. They're hiding under FCC rules and regulations and federal rules. So we need to get a voice.
Absolutely.